Hello and welcome to the Prepare to Impact family. We are so excited to be working with you and thank you very much for tuning into this video. This video is going to show you how to utilize Motion.io. This is our project management software that we utilize to manage tasks and activities for your project, and it's a very easy software that we're going to use, and it's actually a web browser, so I'm going to walk you through it for the next few minutes. So each time I ask you to complete a task, you will always get an email, okay? And so this is an example, what you see on your screen as an example of the email is going to come directly to you. Now, depending on your email server, either Gmail, Yahoo, or whatnot, you may get a warning like this one right here in yellow. It's okay. This is safe. It's going to actually be coming always from hello@motion.io. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and click the look safe button because this is the first time that we are receiving it. And so we should not get that suspicious error again, okay? Or notification. All right. And so here is the email, and you'll see it comes from Prepare to Impact, and Motion says you have been asked to complete some tasks. So here I've already assigned 3 tasks. Let's say to this particular client, we can say it's you or another agency. I will say that you will only individuals from your agency, either you or anyone who you tell us that should be able to see these tasks. Maybe you have a team of individuals or whatnot. You're the only people that will receive these emails and can see all the documents. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click to view tasks. Alrighty, so you're going to come directly to your portal, and so your agency has a portal. We have designed this for you specifically for your agency, and there is no login for Motion. So you saw we come directly into the portal. That's the beauty of this site, and I actually love. So you do not have to remember another password or anything like that. Just go in and click the button, and that's it. Okay, so by default, you are going to come to this tasks page right here where you can see all of your tasks that have been assigned to you. Alrighty, and so what I want to show you is, let's start here at the welcome. Even though the default comes to the taskbar to the left, I want to show you, go to the welcome piece. Okay, and so by default, we already have your agency's name. I call this PTI Test Client Custom Portal. All right. So it tells you a little bit about each of the tabs to the left, and we'll go through these. All right. So this is the welcome screen. And again, it tells you, it has these bullet points right here to help you out and to navigate. We're going to go to the task button here. This is where we originally came when we first clicked into the email, or the button to the email. All right. And it says, hey, we are in our onboarding stage currently. All right. So you'll have various stages within our project. If this is a grant project, you'll have an onboarding stage, and then you'll have your grant implementation stages. Depending on what type of package you have, you may be just on your first grant. You may have 10 grants associated with your package. It just depends. It's the number of grants that we will be completing within a certain time frame. All right, so we're going to start off with our onboarding. You can always click this arrow right here to collapse or open the tasks. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. We have a task. We actually have 3 onboarding tasks that are assigned, and I'm going to click the first one that says Client Upload Nonprofit Grants Key Documents. Okay, now if you are a small business, then it will say Small Business Grants Key Documents. Okay, if this is not even a grants project, say for instance it's a program evaluation project, then you'll have some other onboarding tasks to complete. All right, this is just an example. So let's go ahead and click Upload Nonprofit Grants Key Documents. Here, depending on the type of organization you have and the type of project we have, you will be asked to complete various types of activities here and to upload. All right, so you can go ahead and upload these documents. All right, so you can upload them directly from your browser. You can just click Browse Files, and you can do it directly from your computer or whatnot. And for some of these, please don't be alarmed if there are multiple options for you or requests for you to upload. It's okay. Whatever you have, even if you have just one of these, it's okay. Go ahead and upload it. You can also put in some comments here, and these will come directly to your consultant. So I'm going to say this is a test comment, and you can post. You can also associate Lauren Hopkins if I am your consultant. And so you can go ahead and click at Lauren, and you can say, I have a question, blah, 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 blah. And of course, you can upload it here or put your question right here. It will come directly to my email. And same thing, if I have a question for you and I put at your name, it will come directly to your email. Also, anytime you have a question or you need me, you can always email me, call me, whatever you need. Okay. So as you're uploading these documents, go ahead and click on Mark Task Completed. Even if you haven't uploaded everything that you need, go ahead and click that button. Okay. There is not a save and come back button right now for these documents. However, you can always come back to this task and upload whatever you need. Okay. So I am going to share. So I'm going to say Mark Task Completed. So think of this as the save button. All right. Some are empty. You have this pop-up right here. It says some file requests are empty. Are you sure you want to mark this as completed? Let's go ahead and put confirm. Yes. Alrighty. And so what we're going to see here is that this task has been completed. Again, we can always come back. You'll always have access to this task. And so say, for instance, you needed to find the organizational budget or your IRS documentation, your 501c3 determination letter or whatnot. You can always come back in here and just upload at any point. Okay. And so another task we can come back to our tasks here and onboarding, and let's come right here to where it says client complete the nonprofit questionnaire. All right. And so with the questionnaire here, you can go ahead and upload whatever you need, whatever is requested of you. Okay. So again, these questions will be different depending upon the type of project that is and the type of organization. But I'm going to go ahead and fill out just some of these. It's much like the upload one that we just did, but I'm going to say contact's name. Let's see. We're going to say Perry Richardson, and job title, founder and executive director, and email. Let's see, Perry at greatnonprofit.com. Okay. And then you can scroll, look at everything it's needing, your address. These are all the key information that is really helpful when writing grant documents. Grant proposals. And so your EIN number, the date listed on your IRS determination letter, when does your fiscal year begin, your mission statement, vision statement. Even on the uploading task, I'm going to ask you to upload various documents and budgets. And if you have a business plan or a nonprofit plan or whatnot, you can go ahead and upload it there. Okay, so right now the questionnaire task does have a save button. Now, hopefully, with as technology advances, hopefully with the uploading the key grant documents, we will have a save button soon. So if so, you can always click that save button. But right here, we're going to click save because we're not completed yet. Let's say that we're just doing little by little and we have just a few minutes to start filling out some of this. And so I'm going to click on save form, and it says your form responses have been saved as a draft. You can return to finish at any time. Remember, you can always come back and click the questionnaire. If you see, the 3 questions that we completed at the beginning is right here. All right, so we're just going to click save. And the same thing for actually the upload. And I believe there is a, well, let me say this, you can upload your documents here. Alrighty. All right, so as you can see, the questionnaire it does not have a green check mark beside it because it's not completed. We didn't hit the complete button. Okay. Also at the top right here, you see that there is a due date. So I have assigned a due date here, or I'm sorry, a completion date. Right here with the questionnaire, we have the due date. All right, October 18th. Okay. And then right here, the next task is to complete the client, the kickoff call, your project kickoff call. All right, so it comes directly to my Calendly. So you can select a time to meet. Let's say tomorrow is the October 16th. So we can go ahead and click here. Go ahead and select the time to meet, fill out the information so you don't have to go directly to my Calendly website, even though you can, but you can also schedule a meeting directly right here. Okay. Now, onboarding tasks is the first type of task, or are the first type of tasks that you will receive. The second type are requests to review documents. All right. So here's an example of a message that you'll be receiving. This is also an email, so it's going to come directly to you. It's going to be, it might be in the original task, but it'll probably be like a second task after, I've been working with your project for a while and I have a grant draft. And so the cool thing about Motion here is that I can put in direct links. All right. And so in this message, I have, hi, Chris. Please review the grant application and cover letter for XYZ Foundation, a capacity building mini grant. You can make updates directly in the Google Documents. Thanks. All right. So right here is the Google document. Let's go ahead and click there. And here's an example of the draft. All right. And so you can actually make changes directly here. I like to do this because as the staff member with your organization, you are essentially responsible for what is put into the grant. Okay. So I want to make sure that it is accurate and everything is correct. All right. So let's say, for instance, we want to add a little something. We want to make sure that you are in editing mode or suggesting mode. It will allow us to type in some details here. So you can say, how about we add this, something. Okay. And let's go ahead and hit the enter button, and there we go. Okay. Or you can also put a comment. All right. So we could put a comment here, and then we can go from there. Here we go. And we can add a comment, and you can say, hey, I have an idea. Or you can change, say, some numbers, some data, whatever. You could put that as a comment. Okay. And whatever changes, it comes directly to me, and it saves automatically. Okay. And so there's no save button right here in Google Docs. Also, even if you do not have a Google account, let's say you use Yahoo or Hotmail, you can still have access to these Google Docs and to make changes. All right, so you don't have to make a new account or anything like that. You can come directly here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to close out of here because remember it saves automatically with Google. All right. Let's say that I am asking you to review the grant draft, but you're like, hey, what is this grant? Let me refresh my memory. I always put in the link, if there is a link, and usually there is, but a link to the grant opportunity. So here we are applying for XYZ Foundation, and here's a link. I went ahead and put a link to the Central Carolina Community Foundation website, and here's their capacity building mini grant. But I always put, or I try to, if there is one, a direct link to the grant opportunity so you can see exactly what we are applying for. All right, I'm going to close that out. And once you have made your suggestions and reviewed the draft, you can go ahead and click Mark Task as Completed. Also, you can put a comment to me. Okay, ask a question. We can communicate right here, or again, you can email me or call me. I'm going to say Mark Task as Completed. You can also put a comment that says, hey, everything looks good. All right. If I see that it's completed, but you didn't make any changes, I'm probably going to reach out to you and say, hey, just to confirm, did you have any changes, or do you think everything is good? Okay. Or you could just put in the comment, and that just saves an extra step, but whichever you think is best and easiest for you. So those were the tasks. All right. Those are the main tasks that you will see. Again, on the left hand side, remember we have the welcome tab, the tasks tab, and that's what we're currently on. Also, let's go ahead to the shared Google Drive. Now, all clients, you will have a shared Google Drive. Now, this is where all of your project documents are going to be. All right. Again, only you or anyone who you tell me should have access to your motion profile and to your documents for your project will have access to this. No one else. Okay. So let's go ahead. It says click here to access the test client's shared Google Drive. Let's go ahead and click there. So it's going to bring you directly to the Google Drive. Again, you do not have to have a Google profile to view this and to download these documents. Okay. Inside of here, you will see a couple folders. The main folders you're going to see, if this is a grants project, grant records, key organizational documents, meeting notes and intake forms, and the welcome packet and a copy of your contract. Okay, so this is a quick place and an easy place to come in and look for your copies of your grants and things like that. So if we click on grant records, and you'll see a couple things here. You'll see our grants calendar. So if we have any type of deadlines or anything we're working on, any grant ideas and suggestions will be listed there. Let's go ahead and click on that, and it goes into a Google document. Okay, of course this is blank, but you'll see some tabs down here at the bottom: prospective grants, awarded grants, pending grants, and anything like that. So this could be very helpful for you. Now, if you choose to download, and you can download all of these documents, just remember that we'll be making, constant changes, all right, to this. So if you download it, it won't be the most accurate because it'll be based on when you downloaded it. Okay. We might make changes to it tomorrow, right? And then you have to re-download again. So it's up to you if you want to download, or you could just click on the direct link. All right. So that is the grants calendar, again, grants logins as well. So any type of login that we have created, or you tell me a username or password or whatnot, or I've created it for you, it's going to be listed here. And so you always have access to this. And so that's the grant logins, and any type of grant that we apply for, we will go ahead and create a folder for that funder. Okay, so let's go ahead, and this is XYZ Foundation Grant Docs. And here is that capacity building grant. Remember, this is where, for that draft, this is what it was, that's where it was coming. Okay, you can also click directly there. And here is that document. And remember, when we put our comments and suggestions and whatnot. Okay, so remember, you can always download it, but it's going to be if you download it to your laptop or your computer, it's going to be at the stage at the time of when you downloaded it. So I do suggest that you download all of the grant documents once it has been submitted. When I submit a grant, I always email you and I said, hey, this grant has been submitted. We should hear back around such and such time. And I always put in a direct link to the grants folder for that particular funder. I always put in the link to the folder because we may have supplemental information that we have submitted. I strongly suggest that at that time when you receive that email from me that says, hey, we have submitted this grant, you go ahead and download the documents. One, you know that that you have a copy of everything. You know, God forbid something happens with my computer or whatnot, you will always have access to your documents. And then number two, let's say at the end of our contract, you decide to pause and not renew at that time. You still have access to these documents. Okay. I will say at the end of each contract, if you decide not to renew, hopefully you will renew, but I understand things happen. So if you decide not to renew, you will have access to the Google Drive for 30 days. Okay. And so I encourage you to download everything within a particular grants folder, during that time. You don't want to just download the draft or download the final, because what if we created a special budget for this particular grant? It will be in here in this folder. Okay. And things like that. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to go back to our shared drive here and key organizational documents. Within the questionnaire, within the onboarding, if you remember how I asked you to upload documents, I put all those documents right here. It's an easy way for me to access them. It's an easy way for you to access them. So any type of budgets or program cost breakdowns that we work on, either you send them to me or we work on together, will be in there. Presentations and marketing. So sometimes if you have your logo, I'll go ahead and put it in there because oftentimes we'll use the logo in some type of grant documentation or whatnot. Presentations that you share with the community. Oftentimes that will be helpful for me to understand your organization better and to have a progress that y'all make, any type of successes that you share. I will put that in there. Brochures, put that in there. And sometimes we'll submit those with grant proposals. Program data and description. So any type of descriptions or information about your programming, and then also data. And so if you have information about the number of people that you served last year or the success rates or whatnot, demographic information about your clients will go right here. And then vital documents. And so within the vital documents folder, it's usually your IRS determination letter if you're a nonprofit. Any type of, let's say for instance, your tax documents, your 990 from previous years will go in there. Those are the type of vital documents I'm talking about. All right. So that is your key organizational documents folder. Also meeting notes in your intake form. Inside of the meeting notes folder, I will put in any type of notes that we have, that I have written for our monthly call, and then any other type of official meetings that we have. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put those notes in there so you always access or you always have access. Again, I do encourage you to download if you need it, let's say for instance for your documentation about our project or whatnot. Let's say that that our meetings, your work with me is funded by a grant, a capacity building grant or something like that. You may want to download our meeting notes to show the type of work that we've done, what we're working on or whatnot. So that is there. You may not want to download it, but it's there. Or if you ever are preparing for a meeting or preparing for a board meeting, you're like, hey, what did we talk about last month so I can share it in my board update? Okay. And then our the intake form. So your intake form that you complete within Motion, I'll upload it in there too. And then your welcome packet. And so I'll have your welcome packet there, a copy of it, and then also your signed contract. So you'll always have a copy of it. Again, I do encourage you to, download both of these on your local computer so you always have it. Yeah. So let's go back. This is our shared drive there. And so we're done with that. I'm going to close out of this document here. So that is the shared drive tab to the left. And then I have a schedule a meeting. These are the various type of meetings that are that I have available on my Calendly, and it's a direct Calendly link. And so you can come here. Let's say, for instance, we need to schedule a 30-minute meeting. You can just come right here to schedule meeting, click 30 minutes. And here is my availability, and you can schedule a meeting right there. You can also reach out to me and say, hey, can I schedule a meeting? Odds are I'm going to direct you to send you one of the links to 30 minutes, 60 minutes or something. Also to the left, we have our office hours and contact information. So here are my office hours. So you just know, hey, when is Lauren on, or when is she working, or whatnot. My contact details, and then my website or social media, and social media links are right there. Now, special offers, we are building some really good partnerships with other organizations and companies that I feel would be beneficial if you are interested. And so I encourage you to come back here every few weeks and just see, hey, what are, are there any new offerings that are available to you? Okay. So that is an overview of Motion and how to complete the tasks within there. To be honest with you, you really only need to come to Motion one if you get a notification and say, hey, a task has been assigned to you. Now, let's say, for instance, you want to come to Motion. I'm going to close out of here because that can be a little annoying. And so let's say, for instance, you want to come into Motion, and but you have not been assigned a task. That's okay. You can always go to one of the emails and click on View Task, and it will bring you directly to Motion. Okay, then you could just do whatever you want to. Let's say, for instance, you want to schedule a meeting, or you want to look at my official office hours, or click on the Google link. Okay, and so that is there for you. Alrighty. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm so thankful to be working with you, and I look forward to helping you to reach your organizational goals. Have a wonderful day. Thanks.